right, y'all. Welcome in to the Maximum Blackness Podcast. I am here with your girl, I Sparkle. She is here, and I'm your girl, Andy Yerb. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And stay max to the black, because that's what we do. Ain't that right, I Sparkle?
Indeed, always stay max to the black
And if
for
y'all
sure.
catch us on Facebook, we should be live on Facebook tonight. Facebook been trying to keep us down. Well, it ain't even Facebook, but you know what? It's been trying to keep us down, and we up tonight. We up
I
tonight.
almost sung a song, but I can't even sing his songs no more. It was the perfect one. Never mind.
We ain't even gonna mention said person name, but
Nope.
we came up in here tonight with a great message. What do we come to tell these people, I Sparkle? I think they would love to hear it from your sweet voice.
Well, you cannot blame yourself. That's what we're coming to talk to you about today. And we're going to open up about it a little more.
We sure enough do, because we want you to stop blaming your damn self for all the things that you have been feeling so bad about, been telling yourself that you're no good about. Stop feeling so bad about your past experiences. Things that happened are not always solely your fault. Okay? And that doesn't mean don't take responsibility for what, your portion in it. It just means that you can stop blaming yourself, because sometimes what I just learned recently is in certain circumstances, you just don't know. And when I say you just don't know, that means you weren't educated on the things that you needed to be educated on. So you made decisions based on what you knew, which was
Right.
probably little to nothing.
Right. You live and you learn. You know what I'm saying? Like blaming yourself, holding that, what you would say is guilt for as long as forever, that don't help you. That only hurts you. So sometimes you gotta learn to let go, to understand that things will happen. Learn from those things. Live and learn, not live and blame yourself. That's not what it's called. So,
Because the more you blame yourself, you're holding a grudge on your dang self. And how you gonna have a grudge against yourself? What kind of mess is that? You don't want to have a grudge against yourself. So you definitely want to do some self finding there and forgive yourself and others, because it takes forgiving on both parts. They don't have to know you forgave them, but just forgive yourself and others and move on from it, because you don't want to fester in that mess. It's always going to come back to bite you in the end of the day, because depression is not fun. Sadness is not fun. You don't want to keep crying over the same things that happened 20 years ago. You want to let it go, relieve it, get it off your chest and your shoulders, because it's like a chip. It's like a monkey or a big ass bird sitting on your back just weighing on you.
right,
It don't feel good.
right. You gotta learn when to, just let go, loosen up. Like learn when something you might be carrying the biggest burden in the world, some biggest regret, some biggest, what I'm saying, mistake that you may have made in your past with you. But again, you live, you learn, you got to move past those things. If you sit there and you blame yourself for everything, it's not always a one sided thing. There is always, or most of the time, two people involved in that equation, maybe more. But you can hold yourself accountable, but know that people make mistakes, people mess up, and move past it.
Definitely. And you make mistakes and you mess up. It is okay. Now, I thought we
Yes.
was live on Facebook, but we're not. I'm gonna upload it for y'all. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Check us out on
Uh-huh.
YouTube. I'm finna drop the link on Facebook. But anyways, that is correct. Like, that's just the message. It's not really, you know, something that we wanted to come and be subtle about or play with your mind about. It's not a really deep conversation. It's really short, straightforward. Stop blaming yourself, because I'm blaming myself for things that I didn't even have control of, that happened to me when I had no control of the situation. Sometimes you have no control of things that happen to you, but yet you're blaming yourself for them. You got to stop that. We got to
Yeah.
stop. And we're going to
Right.
stop that today, tonight, this week, whatever it is, LIG it, let it go, and start something new, get a new way of thinking. Like we keep telling y'all, think positive, do your gratitude journals, and hey, Always look at the big picture. Look at where you are now. That's another thing that I really wanted to touch on, I Sparkle, was that your experiences do not define who you are, do they?
Not at all. Not at all. Not who you are. Maybe you didn't meet the right person. Maybe you didn't pick the right place to go to. That does not define the person, your
It does not.
character. It does not.
It does not. So remember, you know who you are, which is what my therapist just had to remind me. You know who you are, and don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let people who know your past, or people that you open up to about your past, make you feel bad or feel some type of way about who you are, because that's not who you are just because that happened to you or that was your experience. They got experiences too, and believe me, they're not opening up about them and being real with you or
No,
themselves about it. It takes a
no.
lot to do that.
Everybody got skeletons in their closet. Everybody made mistakes. Some people, they are man or woman enough to own up to that stuff and open up about it. Some people are not. Now, one thing I did learn with, you opening up to some people is they will try to use that against you. They will try to make you look a certain way when they feel a certain way about you. But with those kind of people, they just ugly people. Because you stayed in a situation too long, or because you tried more than the other person, this and that. That's not your fault. That's because you love, or you loved harder than that other person. That's just it. You learned your lesson, and you figured out when it was time for you to leave. Can't nobody tell you the right time. You know, only you know. So, I mean,
Fact.
it's different situations with different things, but only you know when that time is right. Don't ever let nobody tell you how to live your life.
At all.
Every experience is not their experience. They may have some experience in that area, but everybody don't know what your experience is. It's all
That's why we need
personalized.
to be careful who we're taking advice from. I, for one, I guess I say I try not to give advice because a lot of people don't follow their own advice, including
Hmm.
myself. Sometimes you give advice to others that sound good, and it might just be good for them. You know what I'm saying? But you don't even take that advice when you're in the same situation. So I think it's good for you to listen to yourself and only go off of your own feelings. Like if you're gonna get advice, just listen to it and take what you need from it, because some people only talk from their point of view and their experiences, and that's not always a good advice.
You gotta have open mind, and you gotta have open ears. You can't just listen and not really be there. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you can sit there and be around a bunch of people all day and not really hear nothing they're saying. Or you can have that area in that space where you listening, but you're also listening with your whole body, your whole everything. What that means is you're intaking it all. You may be understanding, not understanding, picking things apart, but you're listening. You're there. That's a really important thing. So
Definitely is. Keep your ears open. You learn a lot when you just listen instead of speaking. So I
mhm,
definitely agree with that. But we
mhm.
just wanted to come through like we always do and tell you to stop blaming you. And that's the
Yeah,
whole point of tonight. That's what I just had to learn. That's what we just had to learn. And now you're going to learn it. Stop blaming your damn self. Let
yeah,
tonight be the night that you sit down with all those skeletons that you've been holding on to and just let them the fuck go.
yeah. Please. It feels better when you let them go. Like, it may not be easy to do it. It may not be the quickest thing that happens, but day by day, just learn to let it go. Be
Yep.
thankful for the life that you have. Be thankful for that mishap that happened, because you learn from those things. You may not feel like you do at that time. It may not feel good that it happened at that time, but you do learn from those things. You really do.
That's one thing we do is live and learn, okay? And y'all make sure y'all stay max to the motherfucking black. I Sparkle. Tell them where to follow you at, girl.
Hey, y'all know I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. Look up iSparkle or Sandra Hartley. Look me up. Follow me. Like, share, subscribe. I'll do the same. I promise.
Hey, and we'll be back next week with more mental health topics.